Hello, fellow captains. My name is Brent Justice, and welcome to my gaming channel, Justice Gaming. And I am wearing my Star Trek shirt today because it is all about Star Trek Online today. That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to go over the latest news in Star Trek Online because a brand new update has come that is a new featured event in Star Trek Online. Now, I am very late to this. I do apologize. Been very busy at work this past week. Have not had the time to record any new videos about this event. However, I was aware of the event, and I do know that there's a new mission to play and a new TFO. I don't know all the details yet, but that's what I'm here today to learn about so that I can play these. Now, I am recording this on June 6th, 2025, and this event has already been launched in the game. So again, I'm late to it. But I'm finally here, and I will be recording content on it, starting with this news. So I am on playstartrekonline.com. You can check out all these articles on the website as well. I have not done a lot of news updates lately, and I'm not going to go all the way back into the past on other news that I've missed or events or things that have already ended at this point. So I'm going to start here with this one from May 30th. This is basically the start of information about the new event. I'm not going to read this entire thing. This is called Kings and Queens Above All Else. And basically it is a background or a story that I am assuming leads into the featured event that is now available. So I will read this long story on my own, and I suggest you do as well if you're interested in the storyline. It says Alliance leaders meet on Kittimer to discuss their next step and priorities. And this comes right in the storyline of Kings and Queens, which is what we are currently in Star Trek Online. The Kings and Queens storyline. Under missions, that's what it's called. Again, I'm not going to read this entire thing right now, but this is a very, very long story, as you can see, written by this person here and art by this person here. So thank you all for that. These are people from Deca Games, the new, I guess, people that have are in charge now of Star Trek Online. So I'm very happy and glad to see that. We did get these stories previously, and it's good to see that they are continuing this kind of story element in Star Trek Online. I like seeing that anyway, because I'm all about the storyline. I'm all about the narrative, and I do appreciate that. So I just wanted to put that out there before we move on. But let's go look at the new stuff, shall we? So we've got an Endeavor system update. Now, this is interesting to me. Let's read about this here. As part of the upcoming June release on PC, which is now out, we're happy to announce that the Endeavor system will be receiving some updates. So I never thought we would see like updates to the Endeavor system. I thought it was just what it was, and that's what it is. So let's read about this. This is actually kind of long, but let's read about it. As part of the upcoming or currently June release, we're happy to announce that the Endeavor system will be receiving some updates. High-level captains, level 60 or higher, should be familiar with universal endeavors and personal endeavors. Yes, I am. I play them all the time myself. I think I'm at like 410 or 411 points. But for those of you, so almost at max. Max, by the way, 500, I believe. So I am like almost at max, and I'm very proud of that because it does take a lot of time to get there. And I think I'm reaching the end, which is neat. But maybe we'll be getting some more updates to that, so let's see. But for those of you who have been living under a Horda, the Endeavor system grants daily tasks of varying difficulty. Universal endeavors are server-wide tasks, while personal endeavors tasks are shared account-wide and unique to every account. Completing Endeavor missions grants you Endeavor XP, which grants perk points that you can spend to increase your stats, which apply to all characters on your account. Once you spend a perk point, you can gain 1 to 3 random select perks. These are all things we know, right? That's how the current system works. But you already know that, so what's this blog truly about? Well, in Star Trek Online, the maximum amount of Endeavor ranks a captain can achieve is currently 750. Oh, 750. I thought it was 500. I thought 500 was the max. Oh well, I guess it was 750, so I wasn't near the max. Many of our most dedicated captains are already at or nearing this vaunted threshold. We see you, Endeavor warriors. With the release of Heart of the Matter, we've increased this maximum Endeavor rank amount to 1,250. by adding entirely new perks. Holy crap. 1,250 perk points. So I'm at 410, 411, something like that. And now I have to go all the way to 1250. Okay, well, I'm nowhere near the end now. I am, holy crap, that's going to take me a decade to get there. The current maximum number of points that can be spent on a perk remains the same, 25. But the following new advancement options can now appear as a random perk choice each time you spend a perk point, regardless of how far along you currently are in the Endeavor system. So let me read that again. The following new advancement options can now appear as random perk choices each. Okay, so there's new ones, basically. They're adding new ones. Armor penetration ground increases the armor penetration by your weapon on ground. Armor penetration space, so you can get like a 12.5% improvement on those. Captain ability recharge space and ground 10%. Reduce your command bridge officer recharge time 10% for bridge officer or for engineering, intelligence, miracle worker, pilot, and science. So all of those can be improved regeneration rate up to 10%. Shield regeneration on ground 25%. Shield regeneration space 25%. Tactical bridge officer recharge 10%. Temporal 10%. Weapon damage alpha. So that's different types of weapon damage. I guess they mean 25% here, or just 25 what? Weapon damage alpha space. So this is just alpha and beta are the different energy types that you can have. So this is plasma, phaser, proton, psionic, cold, and then beta would be something different. Alpha and then beta. Yeah, beta is disruptor, polaron, physical, radiation, and fire. So that's for weapon damage. And then gamma, there's tetrion, kinetic, electrical. So ground and space on that, 20 up to 25. Wow, that's a lot of new ones. That's a lot of new ones to work on, to be honest with you. Yeah, wow, okay. With the new inclusion of new stats, your captain will be able to reach new heights. With new ranks also come new rewards. Oh, we're getting rewards. Now, we've never had rewards for this, just upgrading the stats, but not rewards. For your tremendous effort in keeping the galaxy safe, we've added a new store to the Endeavor interface where these items can be claimed once earned at no cost to you. Well, the cost, there is a cost. The cost is getting the perk points, right? Spending the time in the game and grinding to get the perk points. These rewards can be earned when you've reached a certain Endeavor rank and will unlock automatically for those who have already reached those ranks. So if you get 450 Endeavor points, you get a title called Endeavor Enthusiast and account-wide reclaimable of a new title. Well, I'm not even at 450 yet. So you basically just get a new title at 450. I mean, that's great, I guess. Not really great, but okay. But at 600, I guess that's where the real stuff starts. At 600, you get 300 low-buy. But only once per account, not per character. That sucks. So only per account. Like, hopefully you can trade it to whatever character you want or use it on whatever character you want. But still, only one per account and only 300 low-buy. I guess that buys you like a weapon, because aren't weapons like 250 low-buy or something like that in the low-buy store? 200 or 250, so you can get a weapon, but you're not going to get a ship with that. That is not enough for a ship. 750, you get another title called To Boldly Go. That's kind of... The titles you see to me, like a low-buy grant, that's awesome. But a title, meh. It's just a title. I don't think that's worth 750. I think 750, you should get more low-buy. 1250, you get an Endeavor Vanity Shield. Okay. All right, well, I like the low-buy grant. I'm not too happy with the titles. I think they could have done better there. The Vanity Shield, hopefully that looks pretty cool. Maybe that's worth it. That's my thoughts on that. But I guess we're getting some rewards with that. So, all right. So, yeah, there you go. Everything else with the Endeavor will be left as is for now, but this doesn't mean that we won't be making further adjustments in the future. Well, I hope there's more rewards. As always, we'll be monitoring your feedback on our channels. My feedback... better rewards. The titles are interesting, but no, better rewards. Yeah. So please feel free to let us know your thoughts. We're excited for you to get your hands on these new perks increases, etc. Zen would be nice. a Zen grant would be nice at like 12, like 750. If you're going to give 300 low buy at 600, then at 750 give some Zen. I don't know, 500 Zen, you know, or a dilithium reward too. 1250, we should definitely be getting a dilithium reward. Those are my thoughts. But anyway, big thing here, Endeavor system upgrade 1250 maximum perk points. Wow, that's a lot of grinding. All right, next, command the Promellian command Battlecruiser. So, this might be from TNG if I'm not wrong about what a Promellian command Battlecruiser is. I believe, if I think about it, this is from the TNG episode where where the Enterprise ship was held in an energy draining asteroid area, right? And the Promellians were like an ancient race that had space battles or something. It's been a long time since I've seen that. I think I'm right about that. I could be wrong. So let's read about it. The ongoing run of the Infinity Locks box will soon be updated with the addition of an all-new starship. Beginning alongside our next story on June 3rd, I'm pleased to have a chance to pilot the Promellian Command Battlecruiser. The ship is planned to arrive on consoles July 29th. As noted by Captain Jean-Luc Picard on the discovery of the Promellian Battlecruiser, even though it was ancient by human standards, you'd expect the bridge layout of this era to be clumsy, awkward, but look at this. It's a model simplicity, elegant functionality. They built this craft for generations and it worked. When this ship was built, humans on Earth were just perfecting the mechanical lock, still using steel crossbows in battle. A spacefaring race from a different age, the Promellians' grasp of technology and science saw their culture reach far into space with systems and weaponry that surprised historians when they researched their vessels. It represents the pinnacle of expertise in comms fitted with the type of equipment that shows the true power at hand in their long and devastating war with the Minthars. The starship features a commander-engineer command specialist seat and lieutenant commander tactical intelligence specialist seat. So it's a engineering-focused kind of ship, cruiser ship. Tier 6, 5-4 weapons, 3 aft, lieutenant, it's got commander engineering / command, lieutenant commander tactical / intel, 1 lieutenant commander universal, 1 lieutenant engineering, 1 ensign universal, 3 tactical, 5 engineering, and 3 science. Very heavy on engineering. It can equip dual cannons even. Command array, a universal slot called Gamma Burst, Starship Mastery Package Battlecruiser. The Promellians provide themselves on the toughness of their ships, and this console represents the first of its kind to taunt targets directly onto you and then blast out a deadly gamma burst of radiation. Taunts target and 9 nearby foes with 5-kilometer radius for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, PBAOE, gamma radiation burst in a 5-kilometer sphere to self for 20 seconds, plus 20% hull regeneration, plus 1200 all damage resistance. Starship trait Gravitic Inversion. With this expertise in gravity, the Promellians managed to create a device which generated gravitic inversions at 3 points around the ship. The trait is triggered by use of a foe targeting bridge officer, engineering, or command ability. Creates 3 gravitic inversions at equidistant points around your ship for 15 seconds. Draws up to 5 enemies to the epicenter. Does radiation damage, 80% reduction to turn rate and flight speed, 45-second cooldown. That's it. New ship, T6. I'd be interested in trying it out. Next thing, basically a bunch of like discounts on things. Save 35% on legendary items. On Xbox and PlayStation, that is. Save 35% from June 3rd until June 8th. So this is almost over. This is consoles here. Basically, legendary items discount. I don't play on console. I play on the PC. Consoles always seem to be getting things behind the PC launches. So this probably came to the PC first and now consoles. 15% off keys and keyring bundles. Again, this is until June 8th. June 8th. Yeah, so this is almost over here as well as of my recording. But just a discount there, nothing too big. That you always get a lot of discounts in the game. R&D and junior officer event, get bonuses to your research and development projects and duty officer assignments on PC and save on packs. We're pleased to announce the return of research and development event. This will be until June 10th. and will feature several bonuses throughout STO and will give captains of all levels a leg up on advancing their rank in research and development. I'm not going to go too much into this. I really don't do R&D stuff, but for those of you that do, this event, there you go. Discounts and things on those, so you can read this. It's actually pretty long here. There's a lot here, but it only lasts until June 10th, so a few days left on this from my recording here. I'm a little late, but there you go. But here's the big thing, right? This is really what I came here for. This is the big event. It's called Star Trek Online Heart of the Matter, and it is a new event, and we see Kumarke here right in the center. We also see Zenkethi, and of course we see the Etherians. I almost forgot their name for a second, the Etherians. So they're holding some kind of crystal thing. What is this about? I don't want to give too many spoilers. If you have not played the last mission of Star Trek Online under Kings and Queens, I recommend you do that. It gives a bit of it. There's a spoiler here about the Etherians. I don't know if this dialogue that I'm about to read or this blog is going to mention the spoiler or not. But if you haven't played it yet, maybe you may not want to read further. But if you have played it yet, there might be some spoilers about the Etherians here. So just a heads up on that in case there are. Dive into the mini episode. So this is interesting. A mini episode. What the heck is a mini episode? I guess it's just a smaller mission. Dive into the mini episode and TFO to earn progress towards our new awe-inspiring Kita's Boon space set. Kita's Boon. I don't know what a Kita is. The ramp-up of the Multiversal War is in full swing. Borg incursions are multiplying by the stardate, with infighting amongst Borg factions from multiple different realities. In the aftermath of a ruinous betrayal that has shaken the galaxy to its core, Alliance forces rally to defend the quadrants. With the Etherians' machinations exposed, there's a bit of a spoiler, insidious plans and secret undertakings are beginning to come to light. Now, allies old and new must unite in order to safeguard hard-won peace before chaos can take its place. Join Zenkethi Captain Nekpar Lucati, Admiral Kumarke, and alternate universe Iconian engineer Navala in taking down enemies and securing some of the galaxy's most important resources. A new mini-episode, All That Matter. Missing Lucari protomatter has been intercepted by a rogue Zenkethi group. Join Captain Nethpar and Admiral Kumarke in tracking down and retrieving this most valuable resource. New task force operation, The Devil's Heart. Join Iconian Alliance engineer Navala in battling against the Control Borg inside the alternate dimension version of a Dyson sphere. A most prized artifact is at stake, a shard of the Devil's Heart gem. This is a 5-captain ground TFO, so get your crew together to defeat the Control Borg before it's too late. Disclaimer, some scenes in the Devil's Heart TFO include bright lights and flashes. New appointment event, Heart of the Matter. By playing either of this release's missions, you can earn daily progress towards unlocking the awe-inspiring Kita's Boom space set for all characters on your account. The Kita's Boom set focuses on subsystem power level manipulation, which means draining your enemy's power levels, thus weakening them and gaining that power for yourself. You gain the ability to heal your ship's hull with drain abilities, and equipping the full Kita's Boom grants you the Devil's Kiss power. This lets you drain nearby enemy subsystem levels while also adding to their own, overcharging your ship with excess power. This excess power gets released after a short time, resulting in a massive explosion around your ship. So Devil's Kiss, PBAOE system power drain, anti-proton damage, and delayed explosion. Affects foe, let's see, it does to target anti-proton damage every 1 second for 10 seconds. To target, minus 15.2 all power systems every second. To self, increases current subsystem levels by 3 every second. After 10 seconds, releases excess energy damage. Causes drain abilities to heal your starship's hull, so that's the, set bonus you get from all 3 pieces, which is the Kita's Control Anti-Proton Beam Array, the Portal Transphasic Torpedo Launcher, and the Console Universal Kita's Promise. So it's a console, a beam array, and a torpedo launcher. And it's a 3-set bonus. You get Regenerative Drain Amplifier, Devil's Kiss. Wow, that's a lot, actually. So, anti-proton damage. I have some good anti-proton builds that I could try this on. Kita's control anti-proton beam array has no weapon power cost, allowing you to maximize your damage output while also gaining you a small chance of increasing all your subsystem power levels for 10 seconds. Oh, that's interesting. So an anti-proton damage with no power cost. And a transphasic torpedo launcher. Pierces 40% of your enemy's shields and has a chance of granting you Torpedo Transport Warhead 3, letting you teleport your torpedo directly inside your enemy's starship, dealing devastating damage and possibly knocking one of their subsystems offline. Well, I'd say if you're going to transport a torpedo inside a starship, it would knock a subsystem offline. My mind immediately goes to Stargate and when they were literally beaming nuclear bombs onto ships. I mean, look, if you've got transporters, why aren't you doing that? If you've got the ability to transport or teleport something, that's how you take out an enemy. You transport the ships. I believe that was Atlantis, Stargate Atlantis. It was onto they were beaming them onto the Wraith ships. I mean, come on, if you got the ability, you're gonna do that. But this is cool. Transport Warhead 3. All right, I want to see that in action. Last but not least, the Kita's Promise Universal Console grants you increased control over your ship's power flow, bonus anti-proton damage, and a consistent increase to all subsystem levels. So this improves anti-proton damage itself, and it's +5 current and maximum all-system power, plus 70% power transfer rate, minus 15% weapon power cost. Part of Kita's Boon 3 of 3. Wow. So that is really cool. So this is going to be really good on an anti-proton build, and I have some very good anti-proton builds, so I would try this whole set on that for sure. But I think I also have some I have some other things that are also improving anti-proton damage on that build, so I believe that if I put this on there, improving anti-proton damage plus 46%, even more, just imagine the amount of anti-proton damage that you could like just really improve on a ship. I want this set, actually. I have some builds that this would be useful on. I also have an interesting build on a Klingon ship that is a crystalline entity build. Yes, I have a build. It's my main Klingon character, engineering, and she is all set up for like every crystalline entity ability that you can get in the game, and it's really interesting. But it's also, I believe, anti-proton damage. So this would go really well with that build because anti-proton crystalline stuff just kind of would go together real well. So I would like to try that out on that. So I'm definitely going for this set. So also an Infinity Lockbox update. The ongoing run of the Infinity Lockbox has been updated with the addition of an all-new starship, the Promellian Battlecruiser. So this is where you get the Promellian Battlecruiser, is the Infinity Lockbox. And we had already read about that, so I'm not going to read about that here. But obviously you can see that is where you get that. And the Endeavor update, part of this as well, which we just talked about, so that's part of this update. So that's it, everyone. That is the new update in Star Trek Online. That is the Heart of the Matter event in Star Trek Online. Big new event. Again, I apologize for being late on this news. It's live now, but I can't wait to get into the game and play this and see what this is all about. I want to see what a mini episode means. I'm guessing it's just a smaller mission, a shorter mission. I don't know, though. And then the TFO, it's going to be a ground event, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm guessing it's going to be based off of the episode, off of the mission, so I want to play the mission first before the TFO. And then what else? The Endeavor update, obviously, we got to take a look at that. And then the new Infinity Lockbox stuff. I'm not going to dive into that. Obviously, those are chance random things anyway. I guess there's nothing new in the low-buy store to look at, so there's not a whole lot to look at here in the game. Just it's really just about playing the new mission in the TFO and getting the Kita's Boon set, and that's going to be pretty much it. And then grinding away with the Endeavor system. And that's pretty much the update that we are getting in Star Trek Online. But hey, look, Decca, I've talked about this in a previous news update. Decca is now in charge of the game. They've got the game. They own the game. It seems like they are still moving forward with the way things have been done previously in the game. So far, I've seen no change. A lot of people have been worried about the kind of, will we see a change? they've done this story update. They're bringing this new content. Now, this may be stuff that, was already planned before they took possession of the game. So maybe that's it. We'll just have to see over time how that continues and how it works out. But I'm glad to see this update. I'm glad to see new content. Obviously, this is going to be toward the main update of getting a free promotional tier 6, special starship. This goes toward that main event, I'm guessing. So the next step for me will be to go in the game and look at all this and do an intro and see all this new stuff in the game, and then of course play the mission and then do the TFO. So that's the deal. That's what I'm going to do, everyone. But I hope you have enjoyed all of this news update. You now have seen what is in Star Trek Online right now, and of course as new content comes, I will continue to make new videos and do that when I can. It's just been a very busy week lately. A lot of new things have launched in the PC hardware space. I've done a lot of reviews. Definitely check out our website. I always have a link for it in the description of this video as well, thefpsreview.com, if you want to check out our website. All of our PC hardware reviews are there. A lot of new GPUs have launched. That's what I do. All those reviews are there. You can check that out. Very good stuff, but that's what I've been busy with and continue to be busy with. It's a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to more there. But yeah, I'm excited to get back into Star Trek Online and see what we've got here in the game as well. So thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for spending your time with me. And as always, I hope you all have a very, very blessed day.